What's up, fam? I didn't know how that was gonna come out. Okay, so I'm swapping out, like, even though I'm wearing something different, it's really the same afternoon, but like, it's the intense OCD in me that's like, I can't wear the same thing. I wear the same thing every day, day in and day out, because I live out of 2 suitcases. Actually, it's 3, but that's the shoes and stuff. But yeah, so I'm here. I see myself in 2F. I'm like, you gotta change your shirt. You coulda. I won't change my pants if I have any on. Hello. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Marbird. It's time for your next pick a card. We're trying to keep these nice, short, sweet. I am switching out the prompt because when I get in flow, I can't remember what I'm talking about. So this is all about what your past friends think of you. I've had this on the list for quite a while. It keeps coming up, and I've been like, we'll just do another one. We'll just do another one. But we're trying to keep these short and sweet. They're like, well, if you want a short and sweet one, why don't you go with this? I'm like, okay, maybe we'll. And it's popular. No shame in my game. I'm trying to get monetized. Hint, hint. If you like the content, if you don't like the content, I don't want you on here. But if you like the content and you enjoy it and you'd like to hear more, please consider subscribing. I had a good night's sleep. When I say good night's sleep, I had like 7 to 8 hours for the first time. It's called medical edibles. It's amazing. You should try it. Okay, so this was the last one. That's my little prompt there. We're going to use the same 3 stones. I'm going to like just jumble them up. We're under 2 minutes. Woo, woo. Okay, so we've got for pile number 1, we've got the clear crystal quartz. For pile number 2, we have the amethyst. I'm not actually feeling any connection to the stones this time. At least I don't want to, because like that's at least 2 or 3 minutes channeling, and I just want to like keep these nice and dry, so that, not dry, quick and easy to the point, so I can knock a couple of them out. I'm trying to be more efficient, y'all. So if you can do it any faster or better than what I'm trying to do, and like having like full days on, then you tell me. But I've been trying to break it up and give myself this, that, and the other, and that's not working. Anyways, I'm like, am I already in your energy? I feel like it. Okay, what do past friends, you know what? I feel like people, yeah, I totally feel people thought you were a complainer. We're going to start out with this. I'm just like, am I just bitching and moaning? I bitch and moan like 4 times a month, and then I give myself a time limit on it, and I'm very careful if I ever share that. If I like type something where I'm just like, oh, I didn't need to share that, I could just keep that to myself and keep it to myself. But there's something, we got the eagle here. Because these cards are so old, I have to do them in and out just to keep them limber and nimble. But we're going to so what did your friends think of you in the past? Well, do we want to do that, or what do your past friends? Yeah, no, we're going to do that. That makes more sense to me. File number 1, what did your friends think of you in the past? On guard, getting your feet, your bearings, and what do they think of you now? And then they said wait, okay. All right, get the tarot. In the past, we're going to be they wanted me to use the 8 coins. It's very interesting because they want me to use the feminine. So I feel like there's a lot of like wounded kids here in this. Like I can see there's a card upside down here. A lot of wounded inner child people in this particular deck, just because everything is like centered around confidence and defense mechanism here already. There's also just, there's a feeling of you've had to really defend yourself, like you've really had to, I feel like also with all the smoke behind that wanted to be forced out of my hand, I did not like that. With all of this coloring here with the tigress, it's like walking out of something that's been like this is like walking out of a tower. This is like an animal, like a stray feral cat that's larger than life, that has burnt something to the ground and has walked away and said, okay, try me. What do your past friends think? I'm wondering if this is what they know, because this is like a prior energy. Maybe you're just really difficult to get to know, but then you see this energy here, which is this stingray, which are pretty hardcore themselves, but they're watery. They're not when this card is like a newly chakra kind of new person that's kind of, okay, yeah, I'm getting like a naivety to you, that there was something that people were just like, I don't know, it's a very big like tigers to something water that's like below. I'm also thinking like, I don't know, but I'm getting like parrot imagery. Parrots, they respect anything that's higher than them, literally like physically in their eye line, versus something that's lower. So it's very important not to put your parrot like their cage higher than you, or else they'll always like be insecure, and they live forever. So then they're just like your mother or your father that treated you like, parrots are hardcore. Be careful with the parrots. Just saying. But yeah, there's something here that they just, I guess they didn't understand. And then we got these cards that were really forced out. We've got the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Mercury must be, oh yeah, Mercury is changing. I'm like, Mercury really must be on the move, doing something here. We've got the 8 of Wands, communication with the 10 of Wands. That means there's a 2 of Wands here at play, which means like things never got off the ground, because we also have this 5 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of false starts. This is kind of like a failure to launch sentence to me, tarot-wise. I feel like maybe you had a lot to say, but like I feel like you were just like maybe a little bit of an awkward child. I'm definitely getting some vibes where you didn't grow up around your peers or people that were like you or something, but there's something about your communication style and something where people already felt like they were less than you from the beginning, which is really interesting, because this was definitely not my experience and how I felt things. I felt what people felt. I didn't realize it's like I could never match up what people were on the outside to what I felt they were. So I was like, I knew they were my best friend, but on the outside they treated me like crap, right? And I never understood that I was just an empath, and I knew what I knew, and people didn't. There were a lot of factors, right? For us that are middle-aged, there's a lot of stuff that, like, maybe we were raised by parents that left us to cry in the crib, and we, ended up getting an anxious attachment style or something along those lines, where if anybody like you literally like walks a few feet away from us, just literally in our perception, like our body goes on fight and flight mode, because it's just like, no, don't leave me, abandonment issues triggered. And if we don't know like where those come from, or we don't, then we have the addiction and the self-sabotage and all the other things, and the, you know what I mean? Like it's a really big, so, just taking care of those social wounds. Yeah, social wounds. What do past friends think? Is that you were socially wounded animal. Oh, I feel like there was like a pity factor here. I don't like it. So let's go ahead and see what they feel about you now. Oh my God. It's kind of an amalgamation of the two. Because we got dragon. I mean, it's not the penultimate card. That one is, oh no, it is. This is the penultimate card. This is like, I know what you did last summer. I know who you were. I've been watching the whole time, and if I wasn't, like, I damn sure know. This is like, look at this, like this energy in this card and the energy of this card. Like, this is all the colors and chakra and being aligned. And then this tigress, it's like the two of them merged, had a baby, and it's you now. That's kick-ass. That's some cool-ass energy, I'm not gonna lie. Pooping in the pants, I just heard. Wow. You might have had some gnarly people in your past. You got a 3 of Wands here on the bottom. That's not even me shuffling. That's like your ships are coming in. This is having traction. This isn't like, oh, I'm waiting. This isn't, in the way this stance is, there's this relaxedness to this hand right around the staffs. It's like, I put in, these stakes are in the mud. They're not like, I'm not like, oh my God, the ships are coming in. Let me go ahead and build a foundation. This is solid in the ground. This is stuff that you've been putting in, that people, I just think they were all over. They did, no faith. That's what I'm getting. There was not a mustard seed in the patch, or that's not the correct word, but you know what I'm saying. Mustard seeds keep coming up. Faith of a mustard seed. I've been getting a lot of biblical references lately, maybe because Easter's coming up. I don't know. Oh my gosh, we got the Fool. Oh my God, we have 2 zeros. Can you see this? Look at this. That's, well, it's not a zero. This is it means the ether cards in Kim Kranz, and then this is this is the Fool. This is the 0. Blindfolded. There might be a snake about to bite you in the face. Whatever. It's like this. Yeah, this dichotomy. This like, I see all, but I'm blindfolded. It's more than your faith is no longer a mustard seed. I feel like this isn't even the snake anymore. This is like you going by all of your senses. You can't see anything. People see you as being guided by your senses. You're hearing things. You're feeling things with the sun. You're smelling things. You've got like auditory things pulling you forward. People are realizing you are being pulled and guided by your own, your intuition. It's really hardcore. I'm like, this is such big energy, or maybe it's just the edibles. I don't know. Maybe a combination of the two. Oh. And the Ten of Swords. I know what you did last summer. This is what's going on. What do they think? It's over with. There's no coming back. Like the hands were chopped off. Like the body parts were buried. That's how bad the bridge was burned. Like even if there was like someone who could fuse all the bones aren't even together. That's how bad. And you got these flowers. There's this funeral here. Well, first of all, I feel like all of this happened and you said, you know what? I'm gonna back away slowly. Here are the flowers. Here's a few. I think that you give people closure with just never turning back. I feel like people, it's very final. You're not like, oh, I love you again or whatever. You're like, I can love you from afar. But people like they know they put the final. They put the final. I think just a lot of people think that you were going to turn around, and I don't think you did. And they know that there's no coming back from what they did. I feel like if you turn your back on somebody, like it's an offense, and it's not the first time it's happened. I feel like you people, when it's coming wrong, there's a lot of maybe projection, because I'm like, you people. That sounds like really racist. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where that came from. I don't like it. Whatever, we're gonna keep filming. Yeah. There's something very, now I'm getting like, you might bring out people with my past friends. I'm like, everybody lived in the South. I was like, they're all, I'm not saying there's something here. I think you're not the norm. In whatever race or non-race you're in or whatever, I feel like people might have treated you in the way they always treat people that they meet of your particular color or race or whatever. You could be dark skinned and that's the way you always treat Caucasians, or you could be Caucasian, that's the way you always treat. There's something that people like treated you. And there's people treat you in the way that they treat everybody, the way they meet everybody like you. And they don't feel like, now they feel regretful of doing that because they feel that you're different. Which is like insulting in its own self, right? You're just like, you're better off without them. That they were like, oh, well now that I've gotten to know you, you're not just like them. Holy cow, welcome to being racism, biracial child. Yeah, there's something to that. I don't like it. Keep on moving on, my friend. I like you, pile one. Let's keep moving. Said moving a couple times. Feeling groovy. Love it. All right. These are my favorite cards. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this is like Mi Familia. All of the tarot readers, they have all of the what do you call it? Like my spoons or my bees or whatever, and I'm like, beautiful people, whatever. And there's 100 people that are like, do I want something? And I'm like, what do I want for my people? Who are my people? I got a couple names for you. But really when it comes down to it, you're my family. There are times I felt super, super lonely. But even though I may only had like 50 subscribers, I had subscribers that watched me, right? It's like those little things that... Anyways, let's get into pile number 2. If I don't have to stitch it, I'm not going to stitch it. But I will fix my bangs. Bangs are a priority. Why? Well, I keep saying that, and I guess I feel, I keep reinforcing it. So maybe we just stop saying it. Stop thinking that whatever right? That's still putting energy on it. Okay. Pile number 2. What do your past friends think of you? What did they think of you in the past, and what do they think of you in the future? Or right now. We're not going to go future. It's like, what's the point? Right? Pile number 2. There's anxiety here, a little bit. There's a picking up of the pace. It's not anxiety. It's like a runner just starting to like jogging past the first, and like there's a warming up to you. What do past friends think? Okay, what did they think of you in the past? Yeah, no, I feel like there's a momentum to you. Like, can you see that light over there too? That, oh, they didn't know. They didn't know. We got the bat here in horizontal. They didn't know if you, okay, no, actually, that's not right. That's not right. That's not correct. It's in the middle. They knew you knew something. They didn't know what you knew. They didn't know how you knew it. They didn't know, like, they knew that you were flying on sensory. Maybe people knew before you. Maybe you're a natural channeler. I'm learning that about myself. I don't know how long I've been doing it, but it might be for a long time. I used to be cool in certain circles. Even though I didn't do, like, the amount of drugs that other people were doing, I was definitely a drinker. Definitely enjoyed my recreational drugs, but I always like had to get up and work in the morning. It's the Capricorn in me. I'm like, I can't get too fucked up. I have to work. You know, so I was always the one that was like doing less. Also, I just couldn't handle them that much. Why? Because now we know. That being said, there's something about you. I think people have seen magic in you. I think people saw magic in you before you did yourself. They just didn't know what it was. They just knew it wasn't like getting normal. You might have been like somewhat socially rejected here. I'm starting to get like with the bat too. I don't know, like this indifference to you. Maybe people didn't know how to, with hyena in reverse. With the, what you might have been, okay, a little bit like me, like a little bit of a know-it-all, you know what I mean? You might have come off like really, I was not well socialized. People don't realize how little around, I've been around a lot of adults, probably like very inappropriate ones. To be honest with you, for a very long time, I didn't know that for a long time, right? But I was forced to grow up a lot sooner than I was supposed to. And then this is like a defense mechanism, right? You know, being like hyper, being able to converse. There's this wit to you, but like this wit, like it's honestly like hyena in reverse. It's like there's like a very manipulative, people felt like you were very manipulative. I'm not gonna lie. And with the bat in reverse, they might have thought that you were doing some like hoodoo voodoo. I don't think anybody knew, but definitely people thought that there was something going on other than towards. And who knows, this could be people that were around you or people that were like really close in your nuclear center or whatever. That came out wrong. It's a term from like the nucleus family. Anyways, well, why am I trying to like remember a health science in a community closet on wherever I went to? I met some of the best teachers though in community college. Amazing teachers. So I don't know if they're still alive. I won't shout them out because people are crazy on the internet and they'll track me down. And I'm not that conceited. It's just, you know. So why do I want to get more cards? Yeah, there's not a lot. I feel like there's not a lot to be said. Okay. You know what? We're gonna ask a different question here. What do past friends think? What do they like about you? Or what did they think your best trait was? Let's put it that way. Because I feel like if you went and ask people, I'm wondering, are people afraid of you? Afraid of you now? I kind of want to know. What do people think of you now? Oh no, what did they think of you then? We'll just go with that. Oh my God, you were judgmental. Okay, so maybe you were a little judgmental. I don't know. Maybe you're a little fire and brimstone. Maybe you like did a lot of things that they didn't and you were very vocal about it. Maybe you were like saving yourself or something along those lines. There's definitely like, especially that I'm using this deck and there's this black and white. There's this black and white. Like people didn't feel like you were anywhere in the middle. You might have also been, I'm getting like this angel and devil. Like people are like, oh, you seem like you're always like so good on this side, but then I know you on this side. So then you might just have like devil in the sheets, whatever, wildcat in the sheets. There's something here. Yeah, two dichotomies, right? Right, two cards of like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of energy. People didn't know what they were going to get. Maybe you're just like super imbalanced or something. You know what I mean? Like, hell. I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to feel really defensive. Why am I feeling so defensive? There's something in this with past friends thing. You bring something out in people. Yeah, there's something there. Okay. I think that people feel like you may not be judgmental. Or if you are, it's like unconscious or you're like unable. Like, I don't think you're very judgmental. I think you just come off a little shady. I feel like you're the person that people are like, are they a narc? And you're like, pass the pipe, Jeezy, or I don't know why I said that. Yeah, I think there's a little hint of, I think that other reading where you're just like, you're really professional in professional pursuits, and then people get wigged out or whatever, but you're really, but I'm getting just a lot of, I think you're just really misunderstood, I'm not gonna lie. I feel that a lot of people just really didn't have a handle, and maybe you didn't show them, right? Because hyena is kind of like a withdrawn energy by itself, much less being in reverse. That's how they saw you. What do they think of you now? So many, oh my gosh, so many cards, but it's like reading it in one sentence. We have dolphin in reverse, hummingbird, and lion in reverse. So this is like, because you are a dolphin, and you are smart, and you are intelligent, but you're damn not friendly to them. They're damn sure not in your circle. Oh, look at that circle or whatever. Like they are not in your circle. And look at this, you got your own protective circle around you. You are high vibe, and you are batting away all of these dark. And if they went like all narcissistic, like because we have like the lion, and if you're familiar and you're really like into like the animal cards like I am, you probably have Colette Baron Reed's Animal Spirit deck, and the lion says be generous of spirit. And I always think about this, like this Aslan, Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, C.S. Lewis type of character that's just like be generous of spirit, be noble, do what you say you're going to do, and this, that, and the other. And you've got these people, these can represent that people think this about you, but honestly, I feel like this is them, that they can't get to you, that you have this high vibrational barrier, and these are people that weren't generous and that weren't noble and that didn't follow their word and that were like liars and like breadcrumbed you. And like weren't like, these are the people that are like, I like you, and now I'm going to take my friendship away, or I'm going to say I'm going to do this for you, and then I'm going to take away or be unavailable, but like, super passive aggressive. Like this is everybody's transgressions, and they're realizing like this is a hard border. This isn't like, oh my gosh, I'm the like, the dolphin here, and ooh, come. This is a hard border. You're either in or you're out. You're either hummingbird, high flying or not. And I don't think this is like this. I don't think that this stone right here with all this crust on the outside is like, I'm so pretty, this, that, and the other. You are just being you. This is just who I am. If you don't like my beautiful amethyst purple clear center, you go suck it. Yeah, this is like one big ass high vibe and middle finger right here. Pile number 2. That's what your past friends, I feel like there's no coming back. Let's get a little tarot on this and we'll wrap it up. We'll go to pile number 3. If we can keep this all in one, it would be amazing. Can feel my energy flagging a little bit. We'll get another sip of wine. We'll be good to go. Let's see what's on here. Ace of Materials, baby. Pile number 2. Look at that. X marks the spot. Ace of Materials. This is coin. How do people see you now? What? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That fits right inside of there, right? Just like a big old fat Tetris piece right there. Right? As they are out of your... I used to be like, oh, whatever. Like, no. If somebody put themselves in their wake, they put themselves there. You don't put people in your wake. You let people put themselves there. Right? It's easier that way, karmically. You just let people take care of themselves, self-eliminate. You watch them, you let them. You don't say, don't do it. We just say, okay, if this is the route you want to take. But now you've burned that bridge. I have not. I didn't burn that bridge. That act was on you. I'm going to go and I'm going to go stake my claim. I'm going to put my little marker, whatever it is, in someone else's green. Or my own green, or whatever. Like that sounded like what I did not want it to sound like, but maybe a little. Yeah, her eyes are closed. There's rose beds. She's like, she's got, oh, there's a key, there's a wand in her hand. This is cornucopia. This is harvest. Ace marks the spot. Pile number 3. Pile number 3? Might want to go see pile number 3. This is pile number 2. I'm like, oh gosh, pile number 3. Last reading, pile number 3, I was just transported to, I thought that's where I was, and I wasn't. I realized, I'm so glad I have a different shirt on. That helps visually. Yeah, there's something that, it's not even like you're like, oh, don't look at me, I want your attention. It's like, I am so engrossed with my own scent. It's very potent energy, because I can feel it, and it feels great. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, we're about to get a pile 3. I'm like, that's intense. I'm like, yeah, there's some kind of, like, if you're a female, are you ovulating? Because I am feeling some intense sacral energy right now that is beyond intense. Thank you for that. Salud. Let me go fill up my glass. It's usually not that intense, but... Am I in pile number 3's? Wow. In pile number 3's energy already. I'm like, I'm all good. I'm like, am I going to a 10-year like class reunion or something? What's going on? I love that. Okay, here we go. Pile number 3. Let's get into it. Past friends. What do your past friends think? This has been, I always get a little nervous. I know I say that, but... And then I'm already thinking about dinner. I've been doing intermittent fasting, and all I can think about is I have 8 hours to eat these meals. What is it gonna be? I'm so excited about them. Shove it in my mouth quickly. Somebody got all passive aggressive here at the Airbnb and like took the boiling pot. Like, okay, whatever. What's going on the list, Sam? It's fine. Anyways, as I digress, I'm like, am I getting into pile 3's energy? As I have like Hawk in reverse on the bottom and Wolf in reverse. We'll see. I'm not gonna call anything out. I'm actually kind of okay. Let's go. Pile number 3. I'm like, let's just get to the cards. Go tarot first. Pile number 3. Queen of Swords just fell out of my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and Queen of Swords in reverse. I'm like, yeah, people like shut down around you. Oh, I feel like we got somebody just might be a little mouthy. Oh, I'm getting this, yeah, all of a sudden I'm getting like real twangy. Like this spitfire, like, I don't know, I ride horses and like kick poop or something. I don't know, there's something really, oh, I heard chastising. Ooh, chastity about chastising. There's this like, with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, okay, that fell out. Like, let's just give me a little, okay. Give me, what's my past friends think about pile number 3? This is fun. I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, this might be it. Like, what is she gonna do next? Okay, let me calm it down. Woo, there's a lot of energy. Yeah, there's a lot of energy. I feel like, okay. I feel like I'm tapping into somebody because I'm getting all of these images of, I don't think that's a thing. Hula hoop riding, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Hula hoop riding? No, bull, like rodeo. I'm getting total rodeo vibes. Like, oh yeah, the bull going through the hoop. Am I making that up in my head? There's a bull that like jumps through a hoop, or maybe a horse. It's not dogs. I know Westminster. I'm seeing a girl like flying with chaps on, like going through hoops, jumping through hoops. That might just be like a metaphor, but like I'm literally seeing like auburn hair, like, I mean, well, like, oh, she's wearing a cowboy hat, but it's like the strawberry, definitely like freckles, green eyes, pink lips, really, really, really tight waist jeans. I could see it like tiny with like a green, oh, but the buttons are pearl hearts. I've never seen pearl hearted buttons on a green plaid shirt with light high brown boots, or whatever. They're the boot that has that on it, not like a straight boot. Yeah, I'm getting Aries. Like, I'm getting Aries. This is someone who's born in this month. Or just last yesterday. That's not a word. Just last yesterday. Okay. That's interesting. Pile number 3. What do your past friends think? Oh, and now it's like all this double. Okay, calm it down. So much energy in this read. Why is there so much? Okay, I'm not going to ask that question. What do your pile 3's past friends think of them? I've never gotten it because I'm like, what is it's the 9? Because I've got 2 the 9 of wands. They feel like they've been lazy on you. That's what I'm getting. But they're all like, because there's the other one that's like black and white. I feel like they've been. Oh, I feel like a lot of people have been faking sick. That's really weird. Not faking sick, but like, yeah. I'm getting like, I've been not sick, but like, I feel like maybe people did this around you a lot. Now I'm getting like, oh my gosh, what am I getting? What did people think around you? Or was this you? You're perfectly fine with the 2 of wands, and I feel like feel like you had an agenda, because I have the 2, like, you see how this fell? We've got the 2 of pentacles, like, balancing things, and it's like this fake sick, like, because, like, if I get the other one, it's like black and white, it's like super, like, the life has been sucked out of them, but this one is all, like, beautiful or whatever. I feel like people thought that, like, maybe you faked sick. I'm not gonna lie. And like, you were perfectly healthy and everything was around you, but you were like, maybe if you weren't faking sick, like maybe you just always had enough. But I definitely feel like with the Queen of Cups in reverse, with this too, like you were playing the field, and I say playing the field, maybe like you were like attached to somebody, but you would play people's emotions or something. They're saying something here, like with the Queen of Cups, she's like the most, in reverse, she's the most emotionally manipulative person in the deck, quite possibly. I think next to the Emperor, honestly. Because this is a person that can pull on mama wounds. But this is straight up manipulative, and this is straight up like, I do what I want. Like, she doesn't look like, because a lot of like, you get the 2 of Pentacles, and they're like, oh, and she's like, I'm doing this perfectly. I think, yeah, I feel like people thought you were a little skilled master, or maybe a little bit of like I'm getting like used car salesman, feminine or masculine. I feel like I want to continue with the tarot, like there's so much. What do they think? Anything else with the tarot? It's really interesting. Okay, now. Past friends, fascinating. Past friends, what did they think of you back in the day? This is feeling better. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Because we have Tarantula in reverse with the Phoenix. Tarantula in reverse is like get in people's business. It is always like, I know the biz, or it's like this, like you hear something from something and you're like, you're a name dropper or whatever. You're just all like, you're this know-it-all. You're just, this is nosy. This is nosy. This is nose to the ground. Like, well, because, you know, they're ground spiders. They like burrow in. So they can hear things coming, just like a scorpion. They can feel it coming. And then they go about, they're very active. So they're kind of a little like, I still have to get over them, but they're like good guys in the upright. Right? But they're still a little, they make people feel uncomfortable. They might ask like a lot of direct questions and stuff. But this is like passive aggressiveness. This is like, yeah, this is Queen of Cups in reverse. In the spirit realm. Queen of Cups in reverse right here. right? With this phoenix, that paired with this phoenix, which is like, yeah, I've risen from the bottom, right? But this like full figure, it's like your wounds have been like airbrushed on, like, oh, I just came from the battle. Yeah, there's just, I'm not gonna lie. And this phoenix, and it came out together, so it's like really nosy, really into the business or whatever, but then also like always have like, I got past my wounds and I am a warrior. You know, there's just this like fake high bright, yeah, but paired with this, yeah, it's super manipulative. So that's how they felt you are. I'm really curious how they feel now. See, all of these reeks, because these are all little bits of myself. I can resonate. People may think that I'm, oh, as my ear pops, my right ear. Somebody, like, I feel like it just felt like a horn just went in. I think the more that I emote and talk more about my experience, but I'm like, I can definitely, I started realizing, like, shit happens, because they're like, oh, I'm going to say this lie to, like an employer to get out of work, and then I had to like continue the lie because I'd tell somebody whatever, and then 3 weeks later the lie that I told would actually come true, and I was like, I think there's an actual correlation to this. I don't know. Maybe what we say actually means something, regardless of who's listening, you know? What do they say? If a tree falls in the woods, does anybody hear it? I don't fucking know. I'm not monetized yet. I just need the watch hours. I'll curse until it's 1,000. And that's right. You got a problem with me wanting to be monetized for doing this for free? Well, not even for free. Energetic exchange. I love that people can get something from this. But I can still feel somebody like, oh, all she talks about is getting monetized. Hell yeah, I want to get monetized. Go suck it. If you have a problem with that, you can click off. This is a choice to subscribe to my channel. So come in here with that bullshit. Pile number 3. As I spit, I'm going to shuffle this up because my energy is like not moving. It's the 8 of Cups in reverse, like chill out. You're being petty AF. Maybe not. Whatever, you know what? I'm being a little bit more mean. There are many different sides to me. You'll get to see. They're all going to be monetized, mind you that, but I'm trying to be a little bit more open with y'all, so there we go. All right, there we, can I speak? Obviously not. Pile number 3, how do they think of you now? Ooh. Very interesting. They don't know what to think of you. We got 3 major arcana. It's kind of a big deal. They're like hemming and hawing. Oh, I don't like these people. I'm like, who are these people? Honestly. You may have been this person, but they didn't have a really good like sense of you before. And like here, it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'll be there for, yeah, no, I definitely feel like you got people that are like, well, I probably have enough clout in this world that they would want to hear back from me if they end up like being somebody. It's like there's somebody who's like, if they hit 10,000 followers, maybe I'll like start like liking their videos and seeming like I'm interested in them. Yeah, with the world cosmos, like here. But it's not in reverse. Like either way, these cards are, right? You don't know if they're going to be in reverse or not. They're completely horizontal. These are people waiting to see what you're going to do or what you're going to be or what you're going to produce before they make a decision on you. You know what the worst people are? I'd rather you punch me in the face than talk behind my back. But either way, I'd rather know. But someone that's like on the fence with me, you can go suck it as well. You got the strength. Like, I think they're a strong person. But I'm like, but can I sit on top of them? Is this a person that I can put my foot on top of? Is this someone whose coattails I can ride? I mean, look at the imagery. I don't care what you say about the strength card in tarot. You cannot deny the imagery and why I was called to use this deck. These are people that, like, they don't want it to end, but they don't want to invest in anything, right? This is some lukewarm, no bueno. Do you want lukewarm investors? No. These are people who are like trying to get out of anything with a what do you call it, a lawsuit. Empress in reverse. Yeah, I don't even feel like, this particular one in this deck, she's like, I'm gonna unveil. I say unveil, but unveil all of my, like, everything that I have, and I feel like you are shutting down. You're not letting anybody know what's going on in here. I feel like this is self-elimination. What do they think? That you are shut down to them as well? That you will not, yeah, with the 5, and you're already over it. Now I'm getting the vision of somebody, like, stepping over a body. Like, somebody's like, oh, with that, and they'll get that fake synastry, like, we were the best. Weren't we the best friends together? I thought that I was like, I'm getting, like, this Mickey Mouse, like, people want to sell you, like, this weird fantasy of, like, what they did with you. Like, weren't we the best friends of the world? And you're like, you were kind of an asshole to me the entire time. I mean, there was that one time that we hung out and it seemed really cool, but, like, probably 80% of the time it was all about you and all, like, if people really, like, like, yeah, I think also that's why things probably, and we get this iciness too. You might want to go see the other reading with the Ice Queen. I think it might have been pile 2, where it's just like, it's iced over. Like, there's no, like, there's nothing to cling to. It's kind of like when you go into, I never knew this, and this sounds whatever to anybody, but that's fine. It's part of my experience, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. I had the fortunate experience of going to Europe, and we got to go swim in Lake Geneva, and that lake is so clear and so pristine. I don't know, it was at the time, and this is what the person told us, so I'm gonna believe them, and if you want to, like, chop it up and do that or whatever, and, like, call me whatever, that's fine. But what we heard in our little swan delicious boats, where you couldn't even see the bottom, but you could see at least like 60, 70 feet down. It was crazy that there was nothing that could live in this water because it was so crystalline clear, and that there was no bacteria to even feed off of it. It was just so blue and clear because it was straight glacial water off of the mountains in the Swiss Alps, right? And that's where are we going with that? I feel like there's a lot of people that just want to, like, find barnacles, find things, find fungus around you to cling on to and say, well, they're this type of person, and they're this type of person, and there's this, that, and the other. And I feel like you just really take a lot of care in keeping yourself and your energy clean. I feel like you're just, you feel really good. You feel really, I don't feel like there's anybody or anybody's energy that's affecting your trajectory right now. I feel like even though you may not know where you're going, you feel totally in control. I resonate with this pile greatly. I resonate with all of them. And I'm so grateful for you to spend this time with me. And thank you, if you are a returning viewer, for staying with me during the brand change. And thank you so much for staying if you are a new subscriber. I hope that after this content, if you feel that it resonates or might resonate for somebody around you, please consider liking. It helps in the algorithm. Subscribing, yay, and then hopefully eventually maybe getting a reading from me. So blessings to you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye.